Hello, everybody. We are live from the A Better Official Studios here in the beautiful San Francisco Bay Area. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm super excited to be here, as you can imagine. I am challenged, as you can expect, as you would expect for a first show of the season. Let me do some things. I'm sure I have a very forgiving audience. Let's see. Hope everyone's doing well. How are you all? Kamala is in the house. Good to see you. Sorry for the delay in getting the season going. Oh, Jason Hayes got picked up on the collegiate side, has his first game tonight. Well, you know what they say, Jason. Don't fuck it up. Awesome. Awesome. Good to see you. Gregory Handy's in the house. I gotta remember where everybody's from. Gregory, Texas? I'm a bit out of shape. A bit out of shape. David Backen from Moscow, Idaho. That we can remember. Seattle checking in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Awesome. Al Kennedy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the problem, Al. That's the problem. This is going to affect my sleeping. This whole live streaming at 7 in the morning, getting ready for the show. Richmond, Virginia is in the house. Good to see you. Randy Wilson from the beautiful Chicago area. Mike Connors, Tampa, Florida, in the house. Good to see you, Mike. Appreciate all your help. Aaron Bender from Wisconsin. This is tremendous. A lot of familiar faces. Tom Hickey. Oh, fantastic. Oh, man. I got a mess going on here in my studio. Stan Bickler. Good to see you, Stan. Awesome. Awesome. Wow. Everybody's here. But we're not all really here until the Zoot shows up. So hopefully. Derek Jones. Excellent. Where are you from, Derek? I do not recognize that name in the chat. Joel Easton. Good to see you. Windiana. I get it. Mark Asmussen is in Chicago. That's never to be taken for granted. Frequent traveler. Kenan Fort. Good to see you, Kenan. Awesome. Chris Janish. How are you, Chris? Hope everyone is doing well. Go Green. First in. Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me turn this down. My checklist is in mothballs still, so. Wow, Mike Goodwin. Everybody is in the house. Yes, Tom. Tom, your judgment is impeccable as always. Good to see you, Brent. Excellent. Paul Felia in the house. Show supporter, Paul Felia. Whew. Joseph Del Collo. Excellent. Good to see you, Joe. Patrick Weaver, known Celtics fan. Celtics looking really strong this year. Oh, tremendous. Oh, Gregory's in Fairbanks, Alaska. That's right. I'm so sorry. My brain said it's a very large state that Gregory Handy's from. Jack Gaffney is in the house. Jack, do you work at Dunder Mifflin? No, maybe. Doug McMillan, good to see you. From South Carolina. Excellent. I know some people in South Carolina. I know people. Billy Mack is in the house. Appreciate it. I'm going to need your help, Billy, on a play. Sound is low. Is that a consistent perception? Hold on. I have skills. Maybe. Let me know about the sound. Let's see. I can go here. and pump it up a little bit. As of this point, let me know. You know, let me make a little quick adjustment here. I have a problem. I'm going to put this over here. Uh-oh. Here comes the tech team.
Sounds fine. You were speaking softly when you first started.
Okay.
I'm reading those responses now.
All right. Okay. All right. So now I can see that. What I want to do is like that there. A little tinny. Yeah, I think I was kind of talking like this. Yeah. We'll see if that corrected it. Yes. So as Adam points out, we do have sad news on the tech team front. Our beloved Gus has passed away at the ripe old age of 14. And so we are a little off kilter here. But this is just the part of the thing of being a dog owner. You know, I've been an owner of 4 dogs in my adult life, and you just have to appreciate the time that you have with them. Oh, come on. The 4 spots. But, you know, it's something you could do as a crew, right? As a crew, right? If anybody is unsure, they want to bring the ball in someplace else, just, you know, I like just like a pregame. It's like if we're, you know, if I see that you're going to put the ball in the wrong spot, I'll just give you one of these, right? Jared Morris in the house. Razorback, Richard Smith. Good to see you, Richard. Wow. Oh, excellent, Cody. Cody, I really appreciate that. Jump on in, the water is fine. Too late, Al. Too late. Green is dominating in the chat. Hello, Matthew. How are you? Good to see you. Dave Craig. Awesome. Good to see you, Dave. Oh. Oh, tremendous. Indeed, Will. Indeed. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. All right. So, I hope everybody is doing well. We've got new rules. We've got new casebook plays that have come out, clarifying new rules from the last couple of years. So many good things. I'm like really excited about the new rules. Flopping is going to be a significant challenge. There's so many issues. This is a sophisticated approach to officiating, utilizing warnings for flopping, etc. And I see it as like a 5-year project, right, to get officials finding some common ground in terms of judgment on plays, obviously, but also the adjudication of plays, etc. You know, there's differences between high school rules and college rules. Some people are going to say, I don't care what the high school guidance is. I want to do the collegiate approach. All of these variables have to sort of come into play. We've got players who've played their whole high school career without any ramifications for flopping, and they've built in habits and fundamentals, just as we have into our game. So that's going to be interesting to see. We will have a flopping play or two in the show today, so we'll talk about things. And I think with our countdown here at 12 seconds, we are about to get started with the show. Yeah, let's see. Am I fully prepared? Now, I ask I ask for grace and forgiveness if I screw things up. There's a lot of automations and things that I had to, get myself familiar with again this year. So we will see. We will see. Let's just, as usual, see if we've got all of our stuff. Do I have my checklist? Okay. All right. See if I can remember this. Yeah, so things will look a little different on the show. Wait a minute. From South Carolina, Charlie, my grandson's watching, Zachary, my son, and says Charlie's watching. Charlie, it's your grandpa. Oh, that would be awesome. Hey, so one thing I'm considering is doing the show in Zoom, which would allow potentially people to contribute to the show while the show is going on. And then the ultimate product would be a YouTube product. So that's something I'm thinking about. And yeah, hi, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. Oh, that's tremendous. That's exciting to know that Charlie's watching the show. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm pumped up now. Volume will not be a problem from this point forward. Oh. Ooh. Adam C. with a prediction. I don't know. I think there's going to have to be education regarding it. But we are not dawdling. It is 20 past the hour. Okay, I think I'm ready to go. And what do I do at the beginning? Oh, yeah. I do the intro thing. Yeah, that's right. Wow. It's the start of a brand new season, high school basketball. We are excited. We're ready to get going. What are we doing, though? We're looking at plays. How many plays? 5 plays. Stick around. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Play Friday. My name is Greg Austin with A Better Official. We craft video to help basketball officials get better and take control of their officiating career. One of the ways we do that is we look at plays. Look at all of the things so that we can get better as basketball officials. As we like to do with our show, is we start the show with a You Make the Call play. What do you have on this play? All right, player runs out of bounds. What do you have? What's your ruling on this play? Put your ruling down in the comments below and stick around to the end of the video where we'll talk about all of the things on play number 1. All right, with that, let's go to play number 2. Except for live stream viewers, where we will go look at the play. Right. I'm there. I think I want to. Give me just a second. Hey, back at the start of the show, we had a unique call. Listen back. right. So our player on the wing here runs off of the court, utilizes a screen on the far side, comes up top, and is the next to touch the ball. The ball handler, what did you have on this play? By rule, in the past, a player who voluntarily leaves the court and is then the next to touch upon returning to the court is a violation. But new this year in 2024-25, this play is deemed to be legal. Case play says that this player who leaves the court to gain an advantage and does so momentarily, if their defender in this situation is allowed time to recover and play defense, and the advantage that they gained by running off of the court has gone away, that then they can be the first or the next to touch the basketball in this scenario. So case play 24-25 dictates that this is a legal play. This player has voluntarily left the court. We have a new signal, of course, where we would extend an arm when the player voluntarily leaves the court. When they return to the court and are next to touch, in this instance, since the defender had been allowed to recover, this is a legal play and not a violation by rule. So, some clarity for play situations such as this. The player voluntarily leaves the court. They are at risk for a violation, but if the advantage that they gained dissipates by the defender no longer being disadvantaged, then this is a legal play. Now what do? Oh, I go back to here. No, yeah, okay, I got it. Help me, help me. Billy Mack wants a citation. I don't do citations. Well, it'll be on the ultimate. Yeah. So new case play. Yeah, I'm not prepared to have it. Let's see. No, I'm not prepared to quote case play, but the new case play dictates that a player who gains the advantage by doing this, if the defender in this situation is allowed to recover, it's not a violation. Let me see. Screen share could permit sharing information and plays. I'm not sure what that means. Legal but frowned upon. Behind the curtain. Yeah, so the timing of the play on this play is there's a significant delay upon the player returning. But you could say, okay, let's imagine, right, the instead of the player going away here, that they actually, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's say that instead of this player going away here, that they immediately pass the ball to the player who cuts here. This defender, right, who was disadvantaged when the player went out of bounds, is no longer disadvantaged. They have recovered. They are playing defense. So if the pass had immediately gone to this player and the defender had recovered, this would still be a legal play. Now, in this situation, the ball goes away and there's an obvious relaxing and, advantage dissipates because of that. But the case play dictates that the defender who's disadvantaged here recovers and the player can receive the basketball. I love it. I love it. It's such a common sense situation. He is the first to touch, Joel. Yeah, there is now, Al. There is now with the case play. 9-3-3 situation B. Let's see if I can whip it out. No, it's buried in my... Wait. This is exciting live streaming right here. 9-3-3 situation B. A1 and A2 set a double screen near the end line. A3 intentionally goes out of bounds outside the end line to have the defender detained by the double screen, right? So in this play, he runs out of bounds, and his goal ultimately is to take advantage of the screen on the opposite side. A4 continues to dribble the ball while B3 recovers defensively on A3. A3 continues to cut to get open and receives a pass from A4. Ruling in this instance, no violation for the defense to avoid the screen since team control, any advantage that was gained by A3 going out of bounds was no longer in effect when A3 received the pass from A4. So that's the language, Mike, on that play. In my final video, it's going to be on the screen, but yeah. So Billy Mack also says check out situation C, which is a try for goal is released. Player runs out of bounds to get to the other side of the court, grabs the rebound. No violation. No violation in that instance because there was no team control. And if that's an offensive player where there's no team control in that instance, obviously the defense would not, it would not be a violation for the defense to do that as well. So I love these clarifications. I love it. I love it. There's just too much without. Yes, I have wrapped the play. I go here. I go here. All right. We're looking at play number 2 now. Yeah. I've already introduced it. Let's look for live stream viewers at play number 2. It's a familiar play.
Supposed to tip off at 7:30. Another free throw miss. Another rebound for Reardon, and Hillman hits the deck after grabbing the board.
All right, we have a prone player lying on the floor, right? Opponent trips over that player. Calling official rules a foul. Of course, we know that in the past, and currently, any player who has a spot on the floor is entitled to that spot. That is a fundamental concept of playing basketball, right? Players are entitled to their spot on the floor as long as they got there first. But new this year, we have clarification, a case play that clarifies that a player laying on the floor is liable for contact in this situation. It's as simple as that. They are not considered to be entitled to that spot if this is the situation that they are faced with. Yeah, so this is a blocking foul by rule supported by case play in 24-25. Previously, there was a case play that said this would be a traveling violation. That case play disappeared from the case book for a number of years. There was confusion about it. I mean, how is a new official supposed to know this would not be? But there is clarification this year that this is a blocking foul by rule, that even though this player was prone on the floor, entitled to their spot on the floor, that in this instance, that player lying on the floor is liable for the contact in this situation. So it's great to have that clarification from National Federation of High School. This is now a blocking foul. Now, many officials have been calling it a blocking foul because it's obviously not legal. And so our calling official here, even though this was a couple of years ago, he said, sometime in the future they're going to change the rule. Yeah, that's what he said. Phil, there's clarification. Hey, it's Sean Collenberg. Thank you, Phil. And the same to you. No call. That couldn't be a no call. Good clarification, Billy. I like that. In the past, Joel, that wasn't a factor on the play. Even though our brain says, well, that's legal guarding position. Yes, I appreciate that. Well, yeah, so Derek says, oh, I'm supposed to be here. That's where I'm supposed to be. So Derek says, so you look at the actions of the player. You're a player on the floor here. You know, you're going to protect yourself, right? So the knees come up and a hand comes up. They're protecting themselves. It's like, what do you expect them to do? And in doing so, you know, raising the arm to protect themselves, did that cause the trip? Under the previous interpretation, if a player was prone on the floor, unless they did something like grab a player or intentionally take some action, they were legal, but no longer. No longer. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I got to remember to do that thing. After I go there, then I go there. Okay. All right, next play. Okay, there's flopping going on. All right, obviously this year, new rules about faking being fouled puts us in a position of making judgments about whether players are intentionally, overtly embellishing contact, making theatrical movements in an effort to fool the officials into ruling a foul. Right? So if we look at this play, there are several things. One involves uniforms. One involves a prone player on the floor, etc. But if we take a look at the play itself, let's go here. Right. So players, we have an airborne player. We have a pass crash situation potentially. We have a player who has established a legal position on the floor prior to the player going airborne. The player lands, and we notice the action of our defensive player here, right? So our judgment here has to be, did the contact by the player, does it rise to the level of a foul, or is it incidental contact? And if a defender embellishes incidental contact to overtly embellish the contact to get the official to call a foul, they are guilty of flopping, right? So we notice the action of this player. Did the contact by the offensive player cause this player's knees to buckle and for them to move in a downward direction? No. No, it did not, right? They had put themselves in a position, a legal position. The contact, though, did not cause this action. This player is trying to get the official to rule a foul in this instance. Oh, another thing we have in this situation is coach action as well. Oh, my goodness. So the player sits down, basically, right? And then we have a subsequent play, right? That could be ruled a foul. That could be ruled not a flop. The player didn't flop in this, but there may have been pressure from behind. So there's a lot going on this play. We've got our coaches jumping up and down, this, that, and the other thing, something to be addressed on the play, right? So in my judgment, this is a flopping action by this defensive player. Simply because the basic fundamental here is, did the contact cause the result, or did the defender exhibit behavior that was embellishing the contact, right? Overtly embellishing the contact, right? The example I would use is if you had a plank, let's say it's a piece of wood and it's 2 inches thick, and you can stand it up on its end. There it is. It's standing there. The slightest contact with that piece of wood is going to cause it to topple over, right? Because it's not adjusting for the incidental contact. So in my judgment, this is a flop. It should be ruled as such. Now, what would we do in this instance? Our guidance is to immediately indicate flopping and allow the play to continue. At this point, the ball has become dead. We would either assess a warning, a team warning for flopping based on the action of that player, and then we would go on. If a warning had already been issued, subsequently a technical foul would be assessed. So we got flopping going on. Now, who just shot the ball? What's his number? You can't see his number. Yeah, so a few years ago, National Federation of High School changed the rule. The uniform rule has to be a contrasting color for the numerals. It goes into effect this year. If these would be illegal uniforms by rule, penalty for illegal uniforms, direct technical foul to the head coach prior to the game or when discovered. Also, here we have our prone player on the floor. If there was illegal contact, that would be a foul on the play. Okay, so there's a lot going on there. Obviously, the coaching behavior in this situation needs to be addressed in some fashion. It's obvious. I don't even know where we are in the game. Maybe it's late in the game and it's not a thing, but yeah. So, flopping. It's in our laps. We're going to have a lot of disagreements. You might say, that's a charge. That's a charge. Illegal contact knocked him down, right? As a crew, we have to have consistency. That's the only thing we can really hope for, right? And as an association, are we going to have consistency in judgment about flopping plays? It's going to be a real, real challenge. But we love a challenge, and we're moving on. I think we're moving on. Now I go here. How is Peggy? How is our beloved Peggy? Benedict, I agree with you. Yeah, the second one I don't think was a flop. The defensive player stumbles in, or the offensive player stumbles in, and then plus there's a shove from, an inadvertent shove from behind by the teammate of the player by the defensive teammate. I like it. I like it. I mean, that's just too much. It's too much. You know, a case could be made for that, but the rules book uses the language flopping. The game is going to use language flopping. Everybody in the game. You talk to a coach, the coach says, he was faking being fouled. No, he's going to say, that was a flop. He flopped. Well, we have guidance, Jason, from Nash. No, what's this? No guidance whatsoever about a play like this. I don't believe the spirit and intent of the rule would say we're going to have a flop warning that's delayed and then a subsequent flop action. I don't think that we'd have it and come out of this play with a technical foul based on the two actions. Billy, you're suggesting I have any control over that whatsoever. Well, this is something else we don't have guidance on, Mike, is to what extent do we delay, right? In collegiate situations, right? The collegiate rules and interpretations are imminent scoring opportunity, right? So, player, let's say in this instance, go here. Player misses. Let's say he missed this. His teammate gets it. They kick it out immediately to a three-point shooter who releases a try. My interpretation would be that we're waiting. Now, let's say offensive team grabs a rebound, kicks it out, and the coach says 5 out, run some clock or whatever, right? Then we can kill it, in my judgment. But do we have any guidance from National Federation about it? No, we do not. That'd be fun. Coach warning for faking being fouled. Coach warning. Bench warning on you. In this instance, yes, because it is defensive action. Yeah, Billy, I don't know about the one up and down. I think, yeah. So first of all, that's another thing that we're going to have to deal with is some officials are in the habit of saying get up to a player, and that can be confusing now, right? So making it a downward action, I think, is it seems natural to repeat. Billy, maybe the guidance from IAABO is something different, but and at the collegiate level, you never see them just do one. So I don't think it's going to go that way. Who's this? Who's this in the chat? The Zooch! We couldn't wait. We waited. We waited like 20 minutes, man. Just waiting for you, but no. Yes. Well, Billy, hold that thought because we've got a play coming up. Oh, okay. I'm tempted to make it. I'm going to do that. Boom. Okay. Okay. All right. Onward move. Next play. Let's take a look. Well, now, what do we have on this play, right? So we have a ball handler dribbler who extends a forearm. And again, ask yourself, does the contact, which could be deemed incidental, cause the action of the defensive player? Or is the defensive player overtly embellishing the contact so that the official will call a foul, right? This is an egregious example of overtly embellishing the contact. At the same time, if you rule illegal contact by the ball handler dribbler, then our guidance is to ignore assess because there was a foul on the play, right? And at that point, we can't assess a warning for flopping, even in this egregious example, right? So when the player, if we take a look, let's go here. I'll fix it in post. Right? So our ball handler dribbler extends a forearm, right? Does the forearm cause the player cause that result on the player, right? This player is a fool the ref player. He utilize right. So if we know what he does in this instance, right? He's throwing his head back. This is an attempt to fool the official into calling a foul. That's the bottom line. If a player accepts contact in the chest, it would cause, if they were not strong, it would cause their head to go forward. When a player throws their head back upon contact in this situation, they are faking that they have been fouled. They are faking that this action caused their head to go back, right? A simple way we need to start recognizing these behaviors, if we haven't done already, that is the case in these situations. I need a play button. So in this instance, if the officials deemed this to be faking being fouled, they would withhold their whistle, immediately give the indication of flopping, and allow the play to continue. But if we are going to rule this to be illegal contact, then we ignore the flopping. That is a suggestion from the guidance. So more flopping. Flopping is going to be a huge point of emphasis this year, and this is another example of it. And if we just take our takeaways on this play, throwing the head back, right? That is an intentional act by a defensive player, not related to the contact. And in doing so, the flailing, right? This is the theatrical movements involved on a play like this. So, flopping, it's here. I go there. Oy, oy, oy. Oy, oy, oy. a flop. I think we can agree on that one. Yeah, the head bob that's referred to is, of course, for a dribbler in the language and in the rules book, but I agree with you, Mike. I agree with you. So you know, there are several highlights from this game, and these are really good players. And one of the kids on this game, I think, is Ace Bailey, who may be the #1 draft pick in the NBA this year. But this point guard, his skill set is such, and I was trying to refer to this earlier, as we have players who've played their entire high school career, right? His skill set is such that when the offensive player reaches out and touches him, his first reaction is to throw his head, right? There are other plays where that happens. We have to identify the fool the ref players. And there are fool the ref players. Usually they're not the super skilled ones like this kid. A lot of times they're the, you know, not physically gifted coach's son. I agree with you. Phil's got a player control, and, you know, it's a judgment call. It's a judgment call in this situation, right? A player is not allowed to create a, you know, sort of snowplow where they like keep a offensive player from proximity. At the same time, players in close proximity oftentimes, you know, use their hands to position themselves relative to opponents. I would say. That's me. Yeah, just be looking for it, Francis. It's there. It'll be there in our games. Derek, if you deem this to be a player control foul, right? What we don't see on the play is any extension of the arm. A lot of times you will see, you know, players do some sort of hesitation move and then extend, causing a defensive player to get off balance. In this instance, yeah, if you deemed it to be a player control foul, which the official did on the play, right? We just turn a report, player control foul. Blue #1. Billy Mack's got a player control. Lacking for clarity. Yes. But more, I think more is going to be coming. Now, one of the things that's missing from National Federation of High School, right? That, you know, NCAA, we start the season, here's the new rules, here's training, here's everything, and then there's periodic training pieces that come out. Hey, this is a scenario that has occurred. Here's clarification about that scenario. And that's absolutely missing with NFHS. You just like start the season and like that's all you get. You get a preseason, you know, explanation, you get new case plays, but there's nothing along the way during the season to help clarify. That's what's missing. Hopefully, but we'd have to, if I do it, I'm making it up. I'm like, well, this is, you know, so, and we're making it up. We're making it up as we go along. That's what we do here at A Better Official. All right. Okay, flopping. What else do we have to look at? Let's take a look at our next play.
He has 6 along with 7 assists. We're just flipping shots up. Bank shot. That was a right way out of glass. Three-pointer off the glass shot. Right way out of glass. Kentucky's premier out of glass provider. And we've got a little bit of words going on between the two teams. What did you see, Mina?
Well, it looked like one player pushed a Lyon County player shoved an Adair County player, and the Adair County coach ran out on the floor. Didn't look pretty there for a second.
Good job.
Referees.
See if we can get it sorted out. Carl Nathan looking over. Carl, what do you have here?
All right, they've got a double technical, number 22 for Lyon County,
Shoulders.
and number 4 for Adair County.
That's white.
Offsetting the possession arrow is what is going to determine who has the ball, and looks like it's going to be Lyon County.
So nothing on the bench either way. Okay.
Okay. Important to recognize in this situation that the ball is dead, right? And so these actions that occur in this setting are dead ball situations, right? So what do we have on the play? First of all, the blue player, right? So the white player goes to take the ball out of bounds. The blue player is holding their arm. The white player, as a retaliatory action, takes the basketball and shoves it into the face of the opponent who's holding them. This would appropriately be ruled. Let's see. All right. So, rebounding action. Right. White takes a little bit of contact, a little knee to the back of the head, bump, hold, basketball to the face. Right. If we assess double technical fouls on these two players, right, one is dead ball contact. The other, to me, is clearly flagrant. That's a flagrant action by the player with the basketball. Intent to harm, right? And we can come out of the situation where it is a double technical. We have a unsportsmanlike technical and we have a flagrant technical in this situation, right? Is this a playoff game? Are there subsequent games to go in the season, right? There would be ramifications for a flagrant technical in this situation. Yeah, so interesting play in this regard. What does our crew do? They send the teams to their benches. They're going to get together to talk it. They talk it through. They have everything answered. The announcers say they come out with a possession arrow throw in. That would not be correct. We don't know that that's the case. It would be a point of interruption. If we rule a double technical foul on those two players, we would go to the point of interruption. What is the point of interruption? Team B has just scored. Team A gets an end line throw in along the end line. That would be how we resume in this situation. We don't bring our coaches together. That would be an option here as well. If we were, let's say, going to rule a flagrant foul on the player in white, we could get our coaches together say what the situation is, or maybe there's no advantage in doing that. Go to one, say that, we're obviously going to have to go to the white team and say that player has been disqualified from further participation in the game. So an end of game situation, or not an end of game, but the game is decided, tempers flare, actions by the players. To me, that simply rises to the level of player technical and flagrant player technical in that situation. Yeah. I go here. Does it, Sean? Does it? That would be a question, right? So the case play is if a player verbally says, hey, you suck, on you, whatever, and a player retaliates by punching or flagrantly fouling, that both players are disqualified. Just because I've committed a foul, I don't know. I don't think there's justification for that by rule. The ball was dead. He had a player who was on the floor, right? He could say, I'm just coming out to see if my player's okay. Yeah, the taunting, Jeff, was unaddressed in this situation, right? We've got a player who says, yeah, on you, you guys are losing, whatever. It is a 20-point game. And I'll bet that player in white had been dominating this smaller team. Rod, you're going to disqualify the player in blue for holding for a foul that led to a retaliatory foul. I don't know that you have support by rule in that instance. I just don't know. I don't think you do, right? Tom, the answer is yes. You can have player technical. This technical is flagrant. Let's say two players square up and are taunting each other. Player A1 says to player B1, I find you to be severely unattractive. Player B1 responds with a racial epithet, super loud, right? That is a flagrant action. This was not a flagrant action. We certainly want to be aware in these high tension situations about proximity of players, making sure we have them, in our view, etc. Doug, the ball was dead. So Doug says with foul by blue. Let's take a look. All right. Point. Oh.
He has 6 along with 7.
County.
So nothing on the bench either.
Why do I have sound there? Hold on. Oh, have I had the sound on all this time? God damn it. Okay, let's take a look. So live ball, dead ball. The ball is live, 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 ball is live. Oh, we contacted the net while the ball was in. Legal now. But the ball has become dead, right? The ball has completely passed through. The ball would become live when it's at the disposal of the white team, and the official begins a count. Can't see if that was the case, that the official began a count. So during dead ball, this blue player grabs the white player. This is dead ball contact. This is dead ball contact. Got him pretty good. I think the official had his fist up because of the first foul. Yeah. So to answer your question, Doug, no. The contact by blue was dead ball contact. Yeah. So Jason, say about that is, what do we expect from a coach when their player is flagrantly foul? We expect an emotional reaction, right? And I think our official handled the situation well. You could address it, but I think it's natural to expect that to occur. We can't, it would be shocking if it didn't occur in some fashion. Some sort of outburst, immediate reaction by a coach. He is out on the floor. All of these are factors on the play. To me, I don't know. I don't think so. I love it, Billy. Just like the tripping over the player that I had, but I got it corrected within a couple of years. You get it 53 years later. Oh, that's tremendous. I believe so, Doug. I believe so. Well, if that's the case, Sean, I stand corrected. 418-2. I mean, is that a case play 418-2? A1 dunks over B1 and then taunts B1. B1 retaliates and punches A1. Both are charged with flagrant technicals. The A1's action is defined as fighting when the taunting caused B to retaliate by fighting. Yeah, it doesn't fit there in the case play. I will check the rule. But my rules book, as you can clearly see, is back there. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Okay, all right. Where do I stand? Let me see where I stand. Where do I stand? I'm outstanding in my field. Outstanding. Let's go here. Okay. I'm going to ask for help on this play. On this next play. I don't know if this will make the final video, but yeah, let's take a look at another one. Here we go. Next play. A ball thrown from beyond the three-point arc contacts a defender inside the three-point arc. The ball ricochets up and goes in the basket. How many points do we rule in this situation? By rule, for a thrown ball beyond the three-point arc, thrown clearly as a pass, deflected by an opponent inside the arc, the ball goes in the basket. By rule, 3 points are scored. National Federation of High School Basketball rules. He is throwing a pass to a cutting player. Could have been an alley-oop pass. Can't tell. Ball goes in the basket. By rule, 3 points. National Federation of High School Basketball rules. We're sticking by it. I know there's some noise about that says, oh, there's clarification. By rule, by my reading of the rule, this is a 3-point goal. What do you have? Put it in the comments down below. Has the ruling on this play changed? Has it changed? IAABO produced something that says if the ball is thrown and it never gets above the height of the rim and all sorts of things that I don't see in NFHS rules. It's like an IAABO situation. Well, we're scoring the goal. Anytime a live ball passes through either of the baskets, we are going to score a goal. Is that a true statement? Al says 2. Mike says 3. Let's discuss. Joel says 2. Billy says 3. Dave says 2. Rockford says 3. Okay. It was definitely not a try, Doug. But case play, National Federation of High School says any thrown ball. Thank you, Adam. So this is my dilemma. This is my problem. Oh, wait a minute. I can adjust the size of this little thing. Learned something new. That is the collegiate standard, Jason. Yes, yes, it is. Unfortunately. So, Mike, on the previous play, do you think that is an attempt to instigate a fight? Let me see the language here. An attempt to instigate a fight by committing an unsporting act that causes a person. I'd have to parse that out, but I'm going to move on. Yeah. So I know, like I say, I know on the IAABO front, there seems to be some clarification that this would be ruled a 2-point goal, but the rules and case play just don't support that interpretation. And, you know, if something new has come out that I'm not aware of, I would appreciate being educated, and it would be logical, right? I'm going to judge he was throwing a pass. He's not a try for goal, right? If something happens while the ball is in flight here, like let's say there's a foul, cause the ball to become dead, even though the ball then ultimately goes through, because it's not a try for goal. it's not a try for goal. That would be the official's judgment. But if it goes in, it's to be considered 3 points. That's the rules reference. Wild. I think that's the case. Wait, what? I'm confused. But let's see. I'm here. What have we had today? Flopping, flagrant fouls. Is there a palate cleanser in our future? We know that leaving the court voluntarily and returning and being the first to touch the ball is a ruling. Let's look at the classic play scenario. Really amplifies this fact.
You're right, Jay. This was a crazy one. Watch the team in white. In particular, this guy right here, who's about to leave the screen. In fact, not only did he leave the screen, but he also left the gymnasium. And his defender, right here, has no idea where he went. But the point guard knows exactly where he went. He's out in the hallway, getting ready to run around through the side door. He gets the pass and buries the three-pointer, just like they planned it.
So you got to give these players their props, right? For thinking of this. It's a fun thing. And our point guard throws the ball when the kid is still in the hallway. That's pretty elite. Right? I guess he sees him cut through there, and he's not looking. He threw the ball, and the kid was not visible. That's impressive. So this would be what's considered to be a violation of leaving the court intentionally and being the first to touch the ball on returning. Yeah. Yes, it would. That's a fun one. Let me just record this here. Appreciate you sticking around. No, yeah. Appreciate you sticking around today, watching. Hey, thanks for joining the show today. Much appreciated, much love. We'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. I'm going to just do it simple like that. All right. What is that supposed to mean? Rant? Oh. That is, I think this play is just incredible. Hey, so for live stream viewers, I do have another play. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here by 8:30. Let's go here. Live stream viewers, let's take a look at a bonus play. I don't even know what it is. What did I do? Oh. Right, another flopping play. Does this meet the criteria? You know, some players are just not, they're not. Coach says, take a charge. They just don't have that commitment. But it does show an action that we can look for from defenders, right? It reaches out and pushes off of the offensive player to help propel them to the floor. Right? That's one of the other techniques that defenders can use. To me, this player is just falling down. I don't even know if they're trying to fool the ref on this play. They just don't, they don't have the commitment necessary. But, you know, they put their hands out to protect, and as the player gets close, they do, you know, try to keep a distance on the play. Dave, yes. Billy's coming strong with the flopping. Now, this is in the final seconds. Obviously, we would give the signal here. If this try goes in, it does not, I don't think. The horn sounds, then we would go to the table and assess the warning. Yeah. She just didn't have the commitment. Oh. Well, there was no illegal contact on this play, was there? I think so. Oh, yes, that is not an Academy Award nominee. Okay. All right. 8:24. I've done a pretty good job. Moving along. Yeah. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good. I didn't screw things up too bad. Tech across the board, pretty solid. My organization, not so great, but it's preseason for everybody. I like that, Zooch. Yeah. Okay. So we will be back next Friday. I'm going to have a thought on doing Zoom and possibly inviting people to the Zoom call. I have the tech to do it and to do it well, but I need some, I'm not a Zoom guy. I'll tell you that right now. Anytime I'm on a Zoom call, it's like, well, how do you do the thing? And yeah. So that's in the offing. I am to do basketball rules experts on Wednesday. I don't know if next Wednesday will be the first, but it's definitely on the horizon. There's so many rules changes that have come up and case plays that have been added for clarification that I think it's really necessary to do a basketball rules expert. Tremendous, Jeff. I appreciate that. Yeah. So that's on the horizon as well, but we will definitely be back next Friday for 5 Play Friday Live. I appreciate everybody joining today, getting the season going. Whew. Off we go. Let's see. I press this button and something happens. Take care, everybody.